You join me down on a very cold and windy St John's. There's been snow on the ground for the last couple of days. I got down yesterday. The snow seems to have thawed out a bit now, but it was a lot thicker yesterday, but I managed 3 bites yesterday afternoon. I've been doing quite well of late, so I'm going to show you the tactics that I've been using down here and the fish that I've been catching as well. I'm going to show you a few different tactics today, but one that has stood out from the rest has been solid bag fishing. It's counted for numerous fish in the last few sessions on here. I've had 21 fish up to 37 in my last 3 sessions over here, and also managed 8 over the road on B1 in a day last Monday. But on my syndicate lake this winter I've actually had fish up to 47 pound. So I'm going to show you how I adapt it for this time of year, sort of the bag mix I use and the ingredients I put in. My solid bags are made up of 70% of the spod and PVA pellet mix. Now, I've also been adding maggots. Maggots this time of year to me, have got to be the #1 bait. There ain't a fish that won't eat them, and the carp absolutely love them. As the water warms up, I'll take the maggots out and I will be adding the link in. Now, the thing is with a solid bag is however you load it, is when you cast and it lands is how it's going to be presented. So with that nice little parcel of food when the fish are just waking up, I think it's going to be a winner personally this time of year. I like to use a straight point hook this time of year. Basically I think they're a bit sharper, and I just think where the fish are not moving around as much and not hammering it as much, I just feel that straight point gives me a better hook hold. The other thing I do is suit the length of rig to the size of fish I'm catching, and where the fish are sort of 20 plus on here, I actually use a 5-inch rig in my solid bag, which is longer than what most people do, but I just feel the fish can then get its belly down, suck it up and not move the lead before the hook goes in its mouth. The other thing I do is I keep the rod locked up, because I just feel on the bite, the stretching the line is enough to give me indication anyway, but with the rod locked up, I feel it sets the hook in a lot better. The other thing I like to do is I use between a 3.5 and 4 ounce lead. I think a bigger lead will obviously set the hook in, and I think it's so important this time of year when they're not moving as much as what they should be. I've spoken to you a little bit about the rig and showed you it, and now I'm going to show you how I've been building my bags for this session. I start by entering the hook bait into the bag. One thing I will say is exactly how the bag is loaded, as long as you hit that clip, is exactly how it will be presented. So basically you want to keep that hook up, sitting upright, bit of pellet to sit the hook point. Next, we'll put the lead in. I always find the lower the lead is in the bag, the better the bag will fly. So I try and get that lead as low as I can. Whole time checking that the hook is laying how I want it, which is facing upright. And the bait is also not tangled around the hook. Next is a bit more pellet to cover the lead. Whole time working this pellet down, trying to keep it as compact as we can. This session I've been using quite a bit of maggots in the bag as well, which will go in now. With a longer hook link and all, you can see how it's curled up so that it can sort of better hook in for a bigger fish basically. Last thing I do, put pellets on top of the maggots, because when I'm licking and sticking and twisting, I don't want to pop the maggots, which will obviously make the PVA dissolve. The last thing I'll do before casting is fold in the corners, just so it's a bit more aerodynamic. And basically, there we have it. With the change in weather, I'm just going to change to a zig. Basically the sun's come out here, it's been really cold for the last 2 days. So I really fancy my chances. I'm going to start off at 7.5 foot, That's a depth that's done me really well in the past. So I'm going to get this zig tied on, get it out there, and with a bit of luck we'll be showing you a carp in a minute. Well, the changing tactics worked. The zig's been out there about 20 minutes. Sun's eye up, so what I think I'll do is just get this in and then I'll put 2 out on zigs. So being versatile, chopping and changing will definitely bring more bites on these type of venues. But I'm going to concentrate and get this one in for the camera. As I've just shown, this one come to a change of tactics. The zig's been in the water literally half an hour. It was away. So chopping and changing definitely was the one. The zig liquid as well, just goes to show how powerful it is at bringing really quick bites on these pressured day ticket waters. Right, I thought a few more bites would have happened. I sort of put 6 bombs out just on dark last night. It took till about an hour ago to have that bite, so I'm literally going to give it another hour. I'm going to reach up the rods and I'm going to just put 2 large bombs over the top to see if I can encourage a bite. Coming to the end of day 2. I'm on 4 fish now. Sort of I nicked another one today. It's been the only bite out on the lake from what we know. So the sun's beginning to get below them trees now, so I'm going to get 6 bombs out for the night. Hopefully nick one late evening, or if not, I'm sure the rods will go off at first light.